In this lesson, I want to talk about the application of DHCP options. Within DHCP and a scope, I can set various options. These are configured to the client when it gets the DHCP address. I can also configure server options. These are settings that would apply to all of the scopes from this particular server. I can also create class level settings. I can create a new policy, so I call it test, and I can make this policy apply to different scenarios. These include, for example, a vendor class. So this could be a certain type of network card. So if the vendor class equals, in this case, Windows 2000 or Windows 98 or Microsoft, this would apply. I can base it on a user class. I added a custom one called printers. So I can assign this as part of the configuration of the device. So it says my class is I'm a printer. I could also base it on things like MAC address, client identifier, i.e. MAC address, fully qualified domain name, relay agent, where is it coming from? So based on these various different conditions, let's just say it's printers, I can configure different options. So I can configure settings here as well. So these are class level options. Additionally, if I have a reservation on a machine, so if I do a new reservation, call it test 1, we'll just make up a MAC address. If I look here, I can also configure options on this record. So there's 4 different levels. I can configure options at the server level. These are applied first. I can configure options at the scope level. These are applied second. I can assign options at a particular policy. These are applied third. And I can also assign options at a reservation itself. These are applied last. These are normally combined. If there is a conflict between them, whichever one is applied last would win. So something configured at the server level would get overridden by anything else. Something configured at the scope level would override a server option, but a scope level option could be overridden by a policy or a reservation specific item. An option configured at the policy could only be overridden by an option at the reservation itself. So that's the order of application: server, scope, policy, reservation. So anytime there is a clash between them, that's which one would win. These policies are very useful to actually leverage. If I right click on my IP, I can define the various user classes and vendor classes. So I just added printers. You could add additional ones. Here I could also add vendor classes. So maybe I would add in a certain type of network adapter. I'd have to give it a value, and I could use that as part of those policies as well.